Hi, folks. We've got a lot of positive feedback to having memos that we put out be also followed up with a video. So we're going to try and keep doing that. Few things that we have going on right now, and these are really unprecedented times. And what we're trying to do is learn from one another and from our friends around the country. We have a network of about 30 different communities of CEOs that we're friendly with from other senior living communities around the country. Some from states and regions where the virus is a little more advanced, and learning from them, and also meeting with our leadership team, the executive directors and the TRWG leadership team several times a day, and obviously very serious discussions, although we try to maintain a little sense of humor. But the advice that we're getting from our friends and the things that we've talked about today are represented in this memo that's coming out. A few topics there. Number one is travel. We're going to ask that any resident who's coming home after travel, so that's any airplane travel, any cruise ship travel, and anyone that's been to the states of New York or California, Oregon, or Washington State in any way, self-isolate for 14 days. And that's just about keeping our community safe and keeping us free of the virus. Trips off campus, definitely limit them as much as possible. We will do any kind of essential shopping that you might need from us, whether that's groceries or prescriptions. If I could make you stay home, I would. Right now, it is every time you leave campus and you come back, you run the risk of bringing something back here for yourself, impacting your own health and impacting that of your neighbors and of our staff team. And so anything you can do to limit that is a benefit to our whole community. So I'd ask you to think about that every time you think about going out. Fitness centers, we closed those earlier this week, and I know that was disappointing to some folks, but it just seemed like that was a luxury that we couldn't afford right now in terms of something that we just couldn't really police well enough. People being together and touching high-touch surfaces that might hold a germ that we might miss. So unfortunately, we need to close those, but fortunately, we're coming into spring here. We can get outside, take a walk, and enjoy some fresh air from 6 feet apart, which gets to social distancing. Again, it's not something we're great at. We are not great at being apart from one another. I was just saying to Penny earlier today, that is sort of the antithesis of what we are. We're together people. But we need to not be together now. We need to do our best to not gather in groups, to keep our 6 feet apart, to not touch things that other people are touching without washing our hands. So do everything you can to think about that. There's so many great articles out in the on the internet now where you can just see the impact of what keeping some distance for a while will do for one another, and in terms of flattening the curve of this virus. As a Riverwoods community in Birch Hill, doing everything we can to use our virtual technology or our technology to have virtual community and keep your community, your connections with one another and our connections with you as close as possible. And we'll keep working on that. It may take us a little while to get that clean and neat, but we'll keep working on that as we move forward in the next days and weeks and months. So just to end with, what you can expect from us, please know that we are working at this every day. You have a team of people who are so committed. I sort of fluctuate between being a little disheartened by what's going on in our world, I'm sure we all are, to being so incredibly proud of the people that we have to join our community as staff members and how they have stepped up to help you, to help one another. And that does not mean that everything will go perfectly. Some days, business as usual will look different. We may get new guidance from the government. We may have things impact us around daycare issues or staffing challenges, and we will adjust and we will figure it out. But in the moment, there will be some bumps, and I know you all will understand. I know you know that everyone who's coming in here every day, it's about helping you stay safe, maintain community over these next weeks and maybe months so that you live your best life and our community prospers. What I would ask of you is keep your distance from one another, understand the risks when you leave our community and understand you're bringing that risk back not just for yourself, but for your neighbors. Understand that the people who are here every day cooking and cleaning and providing health care and security and socialization for you, they're doing that out of just an absolute commitment and love for you. And they're facing an awful lot of challenges at home right now, too. So everything you can do to be thankful and supportive of our team, so very much appreciated. And maintain your sense of humor. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna be a stronger, better community, and I think probably a stronger, better nation and world on the other side. It just might take us a little while to get there. So we'll be back with you soon. We miss you. I really miss being a part of the communities. Love you, and you love one another, but just from 6 feet apart. So talk with you soon.